All right. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Unique Perspectives Left Talk Radio. I'm your host, Charles Dixon, and normally I would say, and my co-host, Mr. Adam Ford, uh, he's coming, air quote. He's having some technical difficulty on his side, so I didn't want to leave the church doors locked. So I just, how back in the day, you show up to the church and the pastor's late. So anyway, here we are. Nonetheless, hope everyone's having a great end of their week Friday. Hope there's nothing too taxing happening. I know this is the era that we live in today. It's like every day you're either getting some bad news about something, going through your own problems, psychological this, psychological that, depressed this, depressed that. So, that being said, we are pushing forward in a positive way. I think this is let's kick it back out.
What'd you say? What? I can't hear you in my headphones.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man, I mean,
can y'all hear us? Please, because he's saying he can't hear on his side.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you in my headphones.
I can hear you pretty good.
But you sound like you in the hallway.
Oh my goodness. Hold on.
You got your stuff on? Yeah. we missed our sound check earlier because I was dealing with technical issues.
Let me get this together. Yeah, I'm connected. I think it's you, sir. It's on your side.
Hello, testing. 1, 2, 3.
I can hear you.
I can hear you, but you sound like you in the hallway. But okay.
Oh my God, is that better? Jesus Christ! Now I'm in the hallway.
Are you connected?
Yeah, I'm connected.
Okay, all right. I ain't gonna say we ain't gonna do that. Oh, yeah, see, Marlena said you sound echoey. Yeah, you don't sound like you in the Are you talking in the mic? You got your stuff on? You got your volume up? Check your volume.
Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Hold on a second. Check 1 2. Check 1 2.
You still sound like you in the.
Check 1 2. Check 1 2. This is crazy. Hold on for a second.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry.
I know. Usually we get on early and we get this all worked out before we get online, before we go live. So we're gonna chalk it up to the weather. Ooh, but it's Friday though, right? It's Friday. We made it through the week. Most of us did, at least. You know what I'm saying? We making it.
Check 1 2. Check 1
There 2. You go. There now you're cooking with grease, baby. That's what I'm talking about right there.
Oh, my goodness.
Got that deep Barry White bird tone all up in there. Lord, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Now all this 5 minutes of foolishness. But anyway. All right. Hopefully
5 minutes of foolishness, they got it fixed. Tell you.
Yeah, hopefully it's all right. We got it fixed. All right. So let me see. Is it still sounding a little bit echoes? Okay.
No, you sound good on my end.
Okay.
Yeah, see, Marlena gave you a thumbs up. See. If you just listen to me every once in a while. Every day, you don't gotta listen to it all the time.
Anyway.
That's how you end up with a book. But anyway. That's how you end up with a book.
That's a whole nother hallway to walk down. But anyway, all right. So listen. Okay. All right.
So how you doing? How you doing after all of that?
Yeah, I'm all right, man. I'm hanging in there. Yeah, it's a nice. I can't complain. I'm being positive. I'm choosing to be positive.
Bet. Yeah, we're dealing with the weather situation, and as cold as it is, hopefully, everybody's indoors, or you have access to some type of heat, because it ain't playing out there. It's 25 below right now with the wind chill where we are in Chicago. Wow. So, and I know in other areas they're also experiencing the same type of extreme weather. So y'all make sure y'all got y'all loved ones close, bundle them up warm if they got to go out. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. Okay, let me share. You sharing it, Mr. Ford? You supposed to share.
Share. What am I sharing?
Share the show.
I just literally got in the room.
I don't know why I am hearing a little bit of an echo on my side. Is that better? Is that a little bit better?
No,
Is
you're
that better?
good.
Is that better?
You
Okay.
okay, now you break. Now you, now you yeah, whatever you
Is
did.
that good? That's good right
I mean,
there.
that's good. That's good.
Okay, cool. All right. So I want to make sure. Let me stay
That's good
right
right there.
on
Yeah, that's
top
good
of
right
it.
there.
All right. All right.
I'm
So
gonna go back and watch
today,
the beginning of the show. I'm gonna go back and watch the beginning of the show.
this is crazy. Anyway, somebody would have came on in right
This
on
is
time. We would have
gonna
got
be a
these
little bit
things worked
crazy,
out.
man.
Yeah, I can already see where this is going. But anyway. Oh Lord. Okay. So
It's Friday, man. You know what? I'm gonna let the day win. Let it win today. Just you win.
All right, cool. All right. So today we are speaking on basically, I mean, the show is called Ready, the ideal state to date. And so the way I look at that is it's all about, I think we don't think enough and hard enough on how important the state of readiness is. I think, we come from a culture where you just showing up is enough. You having a specific type of job is enough. You looking a certain way, man or woman, is enough. You having some certain attractive features is enough. But those are just attributes.
Right.
It does nothing for the state of ready, right?
Okay.
So, yeah, man. So I think we can tap in there and go from there. But I will say before we kick things off, the one thing to kind of frame this a little bit that came to my mind when I saw this title was, so I have a background in track and field, right? So when I think about track and field, I think about some cues that put me in the mind of readiness. And so I remember because I was a sprinter, so I remember being a sprinter, and every time you look around, as soon as the thing was so think about it from this perspective. If you're thinking about readiness from a dating perspective, we spend day in, day out practicing, right? That's the race hasn't even started, but it's just the preparation part, right? There's the practicing part of it. Then when we are practiced up and it's time to go to the quote unquote meet, we go to the meet, meet as in the whole world of people meeting. We go to the meet. And then the first thing is we get in the blocks. We get into the people know if you've seen Olympics, you see them get down on the ground and they get in the blocks. Right. And that's like your launching pad, right? You get in the blocks. And so the first things that the man that's sitting, the man or woman there with the gun, they're going to say, runners to your marks.
Right.
So if you think about it from that perspective, when someone is saying get to your mark, they're saying essentially that's a prompt to prepare yourself in the correct starting position. So it's not just preparing, but it's about preparing right, to be in the right way.
Yeah.
And we're gonna work through these. And the next one is get set. The get set is prepare to go or get ready, a prompt for preparation. And lastly, go. In this sense, it means to immediately act. So you have the prompt to be correct, the prompt to prepare properly, and the prompt to immediately act. So we're gonna put all those things together as we kind of walk through this. But I think it's important, Mr. Ford. Maybe you can add some light on just being ready in the mindset, period, before you could kind of get into that field.
Interesting. Yeah. So I did a little taking the notes too in preparation for this conversation, and there were actually several things that came to me, and you kind of hit on them just a little bit. But let me just kind of go back to the whole runners analogy that you're using. I think that's an excellent analogy and an example for those who are looking to get into a relationship, getting back into the dating waters, as you will. And I think it's important, particularly like you said, from a runner's perspective. If you think about what a runner has to do, one of the things that I did when I was running, I never did it on a track and field, but I did it personally for health benefits and everything like that. And one of the things that I really began to understand that was significant, and even to this moment in time is significant, particularly if you're going to be doing like that type of strenuous activity, is that you stretch, right?
Yeah. Yes,
Because
yeah.
stretching helps to lengthen the muscle. It helps to strengthen the muscle. It gives the
relax.
muscle,
Yeah.
it relaxes the muscle, so the
Yeah.
muscle's not as tense. Because
Yeah.
if you're tense, then you risk you risk tearing a muscle, if you will,
Yeah.
spraining something. But one of the things that's interesting about stretching, it also adds a level of elasticity, which means you'll be able to go a little further with that muscle stretched without it breaking than you would if you did not stretch at all. And I think sometimes
Mm.
when it comes to dealing with potential mates, that sometimes when it comes to that, we lack the ability to be elastic, which means you have to stretch, okay, what you have in order to properly accommodate those that may be coming and going in your life. Just
Wow.
a thought on the side end, in terms of being prepared for something. You're preparing for something, and so you're stretching yourself out. You're making yourself a little bit larger. Okay, you're
Yeah.
making yourself a more accommodating, so that way when you meet the person, they don't run up against a brick wall. Basically, that there is some room for stretching, some room for growth. So one of the things, well, not one of the things, but several of the things that I was thinking about in terms of the preparedness or the readiness for dating. And I'm going to hit it with three things, and then I'm going to come back later and talk about these other things that I have on my list.
Okay.
And the first thing is mental preparedness. Are you mentally prepared? And this is going back to what you said earlier. Are you mentally prepared to date? Some of us step into the dating waters, but not really mentally capable or ready or prepared to deal with somebody else. Our
Yeah.
minds are otherwise occupied with other things versus being focused on the present moment in time. The other
Yeah.
thing that I was thinking about when it came to preparedness for being able to date, emotional preparedness. How many of us walk into situations, dating situations, relationship situations, whereas we are not emotionally prepared to handle somebody else? We haven't done the work on ourselves emotionally. We haven't spent the time on ourselves emotionally to make ourselves prepared and ready for whoever we might possibly meet. The last thing that I wanted to kind of hit on a little bit, and I think you kind of hit on it earlier, was the financial preparedness.
Yeah.
Because from what I understand, Charles, if you ain't got no finance, you ain't got no romance. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
And unfortunately, not necessarily. In some cases, people accept other forms of currency. I'll leave it at
Whoa,
that. But
that's
anyway, so
okay.
go
You
ahead.
want to go that way with it. All right.
Yeah, well, go ahead. Let's
Uh,
keep on pushing.
No, I'm just, that was kind of like the
Right.
three of the things that I wanted that actually kind
Yeah.
of came to my mind in regards to this
Yeah.
topic. In terms of being financially ready to be able to date somebody. Because okay, maybe a couple of dates in, you may not necessarily spend as much money. Okay, fine.
Right.
But those first, at least those first 3 dates, you need to be prepared
For
to
sure.
to pay something. And I'm not saying you got to take her to a daggone Michelin star restaurant. That's not what I'm saying. But you at least need to have some type of financial preparedness and readiness to be able to date somebody, because some of us are dating and we're just not financially capable of doing it. I mean,
Wow.
who wants to go to McDonald's for a Happy Meal? I'm not saying that you can't go to McDonald's for a Happy Meal, but what I am saying, would you want
Wow.
somebody to take you out to McDonald's on a Happy Meal?
No.
I mean, I'm low key. I'm super low key,
Yeah.
so I'm good. But somebody else might not necessarily appreciate that. That's what I'm saying. So you need to be financially ready to be able to handle somebody on the dating scene. That's all I'm kind of saying in that
That's good.
regards. Yeah. So, but I got a couple of other things, but we'll
Yeah.
hit those as we
Yeah.
go along.
No, I mean, I think we kind of are arriving at the same depot. But
Mhm.
what I also think about in this position is sometimes it's being a huge part of being ready is being realistic.
Oh yeah, that's good.
And the
That's good.
realistic part of it is stopping and thinking, not being influenced by friends or or other things around you or social media, but just being real with yourself, realistic with yourself, and say, I think the first thing to ask ourselves, if people were in these positions to be looking or whatever, is, do I feel that the person I am today, from a selfless position, not being selfish, but a selfless position, can my presence in somebody's life affect change in a positive way?
Okay.
Like, do me coming into their life, do I feel like I bring a positive presence? And not just because we always toot our own homes and be like, of course I'm amazing or I'm great, but really that's up for discussion a lot of times, right? But what the difference between what we think we bring to the table or all these other things and what's the actual experience on the other side are often two different things. So that's why true. I say you got to start with the realistic part first. Okay. And then, honestly, then there are some basics. Like you just talked about you tapped on the financial piece, but I think what helps with people being realistic and content is the realistic state of where they are currently. Like, let's just say, I believe especially at a certain age group range, you should definitely already have your transportation.
Okay.
You should have an own set of keys to open up your own door.
Yes, sir.
To your house, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
you should have a record of you paying your own bills.
Your own bill, yeah.
You should definitely work. That's at the top of the hour. You should definitely
should have a job. Right.
Yeah, unless you just somewhere living off a $1 billion trust, you should work. You don't work. And then you got to ask yourself, do I carry a positive aura? Like, is my aura naturally positive? Because I'm a big believer of, you're gonna have some people sometimes who can try to take from who the person they think you are, but naturally, what draws people is the brightness of your aura. Okay. It's this is why people, they're gonna look and see if you're attractive or if you kind of meet the heights that they're looking for externally, but then I'm sure there are a lot of people who hear this. It's just something about you. I mean, your vibe is amazing. Now, that could be encouraged by what you look like, right? But
definitely.
But if you keep hearing that, they're saying there's something from you is radiating in a positive way that I like, and it's drawing me, right? And then you go from there, and you take it from there. I think too many times we get stuck at the outset of things, and we kind of look at it like we put too many. This one may come across a little crass, just a little bit, but I'll just say this.
Here we go.
I think many people use the wrong barometer to call themselves ready and to find what they think they're looking for. Because nowadays what we're looking for is a specific orgasm, a specific body type or body part.
Okay.
Because we want to forget about the necessary thing. We in this day and time, you know what, girl, is it that long? I just need to know. I don't have time to play because I'm not wasting my time. Or does he needs to make 8 figures and then all these things, and then on the man side of it, forget about all those other important attributes that you would want in a woman. Is she thick? Okay, I just wanted to make sure. You got no more questions? Nah, I see her on the date.
Is she snatched? She got that snatch wave?
Yes, it's not, and that's like, we have reduced all of the normal things that really, because see, this is the part that we have to kind of put on our big grown clothes about. Those things I just mentioned, those are attractive attributes, but they don't deem you ready. They're just attractive attributes that you may bring all the milkshakes and boys and men to the yard based off of those things that you have, but it's not going to keep anybody. So that's that whole part about the realistic point, being real, going back to that point, because if you lead with those things, just like a man, if he leads with a bunch of promises about money and all those things like that, that's going to be a short-lived situation. Because I'm a big believer, you could be the greatest. You might be a guy that has it all and have a great personality. But if all you put in front of the woman is dollar bills and means and trips, you're going to be seen as the means trips guy.
Right.
Unless you can some kind of way show your other value in different ways.
Yeah.
But I mean, and the same with women. If you could be, again, here's a common thing. Oh, you'll go out on a date with a woman, and she may be her own CEO, great background, raised this way, amazing family. But how many times you've seen these movies where, in real life, you meet the person you're going out on a date, and when you see her, she got on like an outfit and the cleavage is way down here, almost to the navel, right? But then they'll get mad if the guy across the table saying, like, you look really nice tonight. I mean, you gave him a movie before you even finished the meal.
True that.
Do you understand what I'm saying? That's vice versa. Men, if he wearing suggestive things, you're distracting the whole point of us connecting. I mean, I get it. We want to present our best selves, but you got to be wise with how you present, because we are human beings. And the first thing we're going to draw to is the carnivorous aspect of the situation. Even the best of people will be distracted if you show up glowingly beautiful or strappingly handsome, but you are revealing in one way or another. They're going to get thrown off, and the purpose of the dinner, date, or whatever is likely going to be cut short if you both stay at that table. And then the next thing going to be like, so where you going after this? I don't want the night to end. Of course you don't, because your mind was never ending at the table. Your mind was running the whole time. And so when those kind of things happen, then now we're at the point where, taking it back really quick, and I'll turn it back to you, Adam, to the track and field side of it.
Yeah.
One thing that's important that I didn't mention was, so of course there's the perfect race will go off without a hitch. That means they're going to say, on your mark, set, go. And the gun goes, and everybody is off to their respective races trying to get to the end, right? But how many times have you seen on some of these races, specifically like Olympics or those races on a bigger level, where they're gonna go off, pow, then they go off again, and you're like, what happened? They stopped running. That means someone has done what they call scratched. So there's two types of scratches.
Okay.
There is the actual event scratch, like you showed up, but you were foul and wrong. You came at things wrong. You shouldn't have told her at the table that where we going after this, because this meal going to cause some sex. Just making an example. That's a scratch. Wow. Right. Okay. Or you did something, or she said something about money. He like, wait, I mean, we just sat down. I gotta pay your bill. I'm just making an example, right? That's a scratch. Right. Okay. So then you have a meat scratch. The meat scratch is when the person kind of ghosts the entire event altogether. You didn't even show up. Like sometimes that happens. Like some people, they'll be like, "Oh, Adam coming, he gonna race. He's gonna do this 200 meters." Then we all at the thing. Everybody else gets called, and they looking around, and Adam's nowhere to be found. Right. So those are two types of scratches, but that occurs. So we have to keep that in mind when we're thinking about the ready point. All people that prepare, if you look at any professional on the track, when they scratch, they almost are in tears because they have prepared to get to the point to be ready, only to make a big mistake that kind of disqualifies the whole thing. Wow. So it kind of makes it, my preparation feels in vain. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's why it's key to, when you are being, like you said, when I hear that, only thing I kept being stuck at most of this week is I kept focusing on that, the part where it says runners to your marks. To me, I kept hearing that as that's a call for you to say, all right, if you are looking to call yourself finding him or her or aligning yourself, then you have to make sure, am I in the proper position? Meaning, am I lined up in my own lane correctly? Right. And then from there, then it's about you being keen to what you hear or sense in who's trying to date you. Like when they say get set, that's when you should be preparing, looking, kind of concentrating, focusing, not lusting, quote unquote, but focusing and getting that information from the person. That's key to making your decision. Because when they say go, the key, what I said earlier was you have to be prepared to immediately go and act and say, okay, I'm not going to lose out on what I see. I'm not going to let my insecurities or the issues that I've struggled with in the past hold up this race. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah.
No, I know exactly what you're saying. That was good. I definitely understand that. I want to kind of jump back to something that you said earlier, in regards to the whole idea of being, I guess, not being realistic with going into the whole dating scene. And I think one of the things you were talking about was the fact that our readiness is based on things as we present them. They're based on things that seem to be on a surface level.
Yeah,
purely physical, purely material. They are shallow elements of who we are. They're a part of who we are, but they're shallow. They're surface elements. Okay. Wow. Which kind of made me think, well, if I'm presenting my I guess my more obvious attributes, my money, the way I look, if I'm attractive, if I'm presenting those elements as my first things, then it makes me think, Charles, that maybe I did not spend enough time preparing the unseen elements and the more or rather the more intangible things. For example, that I spend, like I said before, that I spend any time getting myself mentally ready to entertain someone, that I prepare myself emotionally. We spend a lot of time on, particularly if you like working out, okay, you worked out or you went to the store and you bought yourself a new suit and you got yourself a new dress and you got yourself a new outfit. So when you go on this date, you are physically presenting yourself as somebody who is a prospect, right? We're doing that. We're spending time on makeup. We're spending time on cologne. We're spending time on giving all of these other physical things together. But we hardly spend any time dealing with our emotions when it comes to dealing with somebody else. We invest a whole lot more time on things that are visible and obvious and physical, those tangible things. But when it comes to actually being ready for somebody on a mental level or on an emotional level, we have not done the work. It's like going back to your analogy of the runner. It's like the runner who maybe shows up to practice every other practice. Okay, so they're not doing all of the sprints. They're not working out physically like they should be. You know what I'm saying? They're definitely not doing the cardio aspect of it. Okay, in terms of working out the heart and making sure that you have the stamina to actually run and actually finish the race.
Endure the race.
Exactly. So when it comes to actually being in the race, instead of winning the race, you lag behind, and now you're all gassed out because you didn't do the work that the coach would have assigned you to do if you had actually come to practice to work on yourself. Are we actually spending time on practicing us in terms of getting ourselves together so that when that person comes, so that when we go on that date, we're actually prepared, we're actually ready to do and ready to talk to somebody to find out whether or not if they are a good match for us? Because what we do is we present all of the things that we think will attract somebody and will pull somebody.
Cool, that's old school, yeah. Cool.
And so they see that they see what you're presenting to them. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that looks good. Oh, I'm attracted to that. Oh, that looks appealing to me. But when it comes down to it, you did not show anything of actual substance to them.
Yeah.
Everything that you presented them was paper thin.
Wow.
Paper thin. And it didn't last.
You coming down the pike of another thing I was thinking about is a part of also being ready in that state of readiness mindset is knowing that, let's just say, you have to say to yourself, am I prepared to listen to the cues in the room, right? Because what we do, this is the thing that we do. Instead of cutting the spigot off the minute it starts to drip, what we do is when we hear something that is immediately not compatible, instead of us, just saying, okay, well, at this age that we're in, this 35 and up or whatever, if I hear something that's not compatible, do I believe this grown person is going to change? And so, perfect example. Okay. If you the person would be like, "What are you going this weekend?" Well, and maybe you don't go all into your church business, but you may say something like, "Well, the church I frequent, I'm pretty involved in some things there. So there's definitely some activities I'm committed to doing on this weekend. So that's what I'll be doing. What about you?" Right. And the person will say, "Well, the group, I'm a part of a group, and it's called Black Sabbath. And what do you guys do?" Well, we're definitely the opposite of what you do. We're kind of on the atheist side of the house, but we love what we do. And hey, I'm all for everyone loving what they do. Now, that should be the cue for you to say, "Oh, I appreciate you being honest, but this is not going to work." But no, what we do is, well, I'm pretty dope, and I'd be willing to think that if I get more time with him or her, I could probably convert them to what I do. Or I can get them to meet, visit, and go and see what I do, and maybe they'll think about changing what they do. But we don't think about, at this age group, the probability of someone shifting a habit for your desire is slim to none. Yeah. And so one of the biggest things, if we don't do anything, is read the room and read the cues. Yeah. If the cues come and the cues don't align with what you do or what you like to do, then, or especially when it comes to a moral thing, because the spiritual thing is more of like a moral. That's what I do for my morals, right? And so when those kind of things don't align, whatever your belief is or your cause or whatever, stop thinking you can manipulate somebody off of their grind. Right. It's just not going to happen. All that's going to happen is one way or another, someone is going to get frustrating because the tricks that they're trying to pull to get the person is not going to work. So now you're going to be mad, but you really are immobilized, because 9 times out of 10, another thing that we do wrong in this whole thing is, instead of looking for partners, Adam, we get stuck in the weeds because we're looking for parts. Oh, we're not looking for partners. We're looking for parts of people. if you got that, I like that. Oh, I like that. Ooh,
you got a piece of that? Oh, I can take a piece of that right there.
His arms. Did you see her thighs? We're looking at parts. We're not thinking about the partner aspect. All we're doing is making ourselves content with the parts. If I can like these parts, I'm good. That's enough to keep me held over. When you don't realize that, that short-lived act ends, and then you got to look across on the couch and be like, "Well, what you ready to do?" Because I'm just got to get up for work tomorrow, because that real commonality that you're looking for is not there. So that's why I said you got to be able to start there, to say first, in the beginning of it all, being real with yourself. Right. Am I getting myself in a position to be able to, like when you were talking about the part about the practicing and getting yourself together, what I refer to that is conditioning. Yeah. You're conditioning yourself to be able to be strong enough to take the cues, strong enough to walk away, strong enough to make the right decision, strong enough not to keep saying to yourself, "I'm not going to keep walking this night of shame," the walk of shame every morning. Right. And believe me, there are men and women who take the walk of shame for everybody they date. They're taking the walk of shame because everything is happening on night one. Right. Ooh. And so
you ain't saving nothing.
We're not making it past a lot of things. If you're fortunate, if you get past that, but in this day and time, night one is very much a susceptible thing. Back in the day, it was frowned upon, and who do you think I am? Don't ever call me again. Not no more. Or nowadays, before we go out and go establishing anything, Yeah, you bringing that bag with you, right? Why do I need to bring my bag? What you think? You crazy? Give me your license plate so I can sit in the Charlene. So, and then there you go, and then it's all there. They coming over, or you going over there, or you going to the hotel, and then that's how the date starts.
But Charles,
yeah.
And you know what occurred to me?
Yeah,
some of us, all we have are night ones.
Ooh,
that's it.
That's it. You mean have in us to give?
Oh no, not just to give, but to take. That's all we're looking for is a night one. That's
the
it.
Take. Yeah, night one. That's the whole show in itself.
That's it. Right. Which again is another indication that you have not prepared yourself adequately to actually date somebody. Or if all you want is a night one, what you do? What you really doing?
But you know what that'll say? So that too. Let's equate. If we keep in the track analogy, the night one mindset is the person that the coach says actually has some raw talent, but because they don't prepare and condition, they don't have discipline, and when they get in the race, they're the one that gets embarrassed.
Yes,
because they don't have the stamina.
No stamina.
So in this instance, they don't have the emotional stamina to hang around with someone beyond night one.
Real talk.
Some people are professional night ones.
That's all they want.
They'll give you the moon and stars in night one, and after that, here comes nightmare. Night one to nightmare. Yeah, that's what happens.
That's another topic right there too. For real.
Right.
That's another topic.
We can't forget the comments. We're getting all carried away. All right, Mr. Bruce.
He got a question. But
okay, go ahead.
Let me drop something real quick while he putting his question in the comments. So real quick, and you were talking about this before, and I want to go back to it again. The fact that a lot of us, when we're going on dates, we're we're almost going in. It seems as though we're going in with eyes closed and ears shut. And what I mean by that is when somebody presents a red flag to us, we completely gloss over it. Either it's because they look good to us, they have what we want, we haven't had what we have wanted in a long time, so they're just there to fix us or maintenance us in that particular moment. Exactly. And I think a lot of times when we walk into these dating situations, we close our eyes and we shut our ears to what's obvious. And we're not really paying attention to what they're saying. Okay, because we want what we want, and we figure, well, I'm out here. Let me just go and get my night one and move on.
Well, you know what it is? People equate red flags to red lights. They don't want to stop.
Wow.
See, they don't want what's happening. They don't want what's happening to stop. Wow. So if they keep their ears open, something in them will be like, why did he have to say that he likes women that go 50-50 with him? Now they mad. Because she really wanted to just have the thought in her mind that this wouldn't be the case. And he's going to say, oh, my woman, I got her in every facet. You don't want to hear the man say, well, I don't purposely think anything is wrong with her holding her half and me mine. So that's my point. So some people would rather, like I said on the other show, they want to stay in the state of the mirage. The mirage is I'm in the desert, but I see Dubai off over in the distance.
Right.
And it's only a few hundred feet away when really it's just more sand.
Right.
But we want to keep that vision in front of us. So that's why that's why they'll say, just shut up and look good. Don't ruin tonight. Wow. You look really great, but don't talk or don't say the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Right. And so if you do all those things, we'll be cool.
Yeah. Which means we're not actually looking for somebody of substance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're not actually looking for somebody who we can actually build a life with. Yeah. Again, like I said, we just want that one night and that's it. You know.
Bruce said, oh Lord, Bruce. All right, Bruce.
Here we go.
Bruce says, what characteristics does your ideal wife possess? All right. Okay. So guess what, Bruce? This question, what I've learned. Oh, don't answer that. Oh, don't answer.
Why he asking questions, bro?
You said what made you choose? Let's come on. Let's use it as a teaching moment. All right. Both everybody and all parties involved. All right. What I have learned, Adam, is as years in life changes, that question and its answer changes.
Yeah,
right?
it does.
That question changes because think about it. So once upon a time, probably my first thing that came out of my mouth is you got to bring peace. I'm just saying, we that's the first thing we say, peace, right? But as you grow and mature, you realize that you are the peace.
Right.
The man is the peace.
Yeah.
And what he brings sets the tone for everything. Yes. If you, I noticed, listen, when I was famous for saying, I need the peace while I brought all the chaos.
Right. Exactly.
But I wanted the peace.
Yeah.
I don't care what I do. You just bring the peace.
Right.
And so you got to kind of get past that to say, yeah, and I'm not bringing the right spirit into this. So there was the peace. Then don't get me wrong, I still like the peace, right? But I understand my assignment to be the peace first.
To be the peace, exactly.
So fine. Okay, that part.
Yeah.
Then you want, any man would be lying if he didn't tell you want the friend component. Because the bed can be as sizzling hot all day long. But if you're not friends, it's going to be distant.
Icy cold.
It's just going to be a good morning, have a great day at work. And at nighttime, you might call yourself something, hey, but the rest of the day is crickets.
Booty call.
Yeah, it's nothing else. And so the friend thing can get up in the middle of the night and say, let's go down to the boardwalk. Isn't that ice cream place open at 2:00 in the morning and laugh? Y'all both laugh, go out there, walk out, want to get the ice cream and come back home and still be up looking at movies before you fall asleep, right? And so it's like you enjoy the company that much that the sex part is on the back end. It's there, but because that's your friend, you could do anything, go anywhere, take a long drive. So you gotta have that. Because if I'm of the belief that if men don't have a friend in you, it makes it that much easier for him to roll on the side.
Wow.
See, people don't tell you is what men lack at home, even the homes they choose to remain in. They make it up in the street.
Wow.
So as much as you can get home, that's your home. So if nothing else, you want the friendship component, then you do, and I'll turn to you, Adam, you definitely want to feel respected.
Okay.
Because women want to feel regarded. I haven't met a woman yet who will get slighted real quick if you don't regard them.
Right.
They want to feel prioritized, valued, seen, heard, right? But men, if we don't say a lot, but we want to be like Bruce say all the time, we want to respect and honor. I think most men will be content with that. Give us that, we cool, but just it's something about when the reason, I know women probably want to know this answer, why does respect mean so much? Because when the respect isn't there, we don't feel a position with you no more. Like our position feels void. Like, what am I here for if you don't see me enough to treat me in the right light, right? And so that's why I tell people, when you lose the light, you need to acknowledge it and say the light ain't there no more. It don't feel like it's here. So we don't need to keep playing this game because the light ain't here no more, right? And so once those kind of tangibles move, you better just need to be smart about it and make best decisions, right? Because from there on, people will tell you, well, I'm sorry. But if the respect has started, rarely does it stop. And when it starts, and it's gonna grow into more cancerous like things. And it's gonna eat away at the relationship one way or another. Eventually you're gonna end up in a bad place verbally. Even if you stay together, you're gonna talk to each other all kind of ways, and everybody be like, you talk to your wife like that? Man, I ain't thinking about her, whatever, and vice versa. Because that respect is all over the place. So that part is that. And you definitely want to be attracted, but we can't lie, we can't tell all that good heart stuff. No. You want the heart to be great, but you want other things to be great too. No, I'm not saying, but no, I'm just saying you can't listen.
Oh God,
you gotta have the component. Think about it. This is as clean as I can make it. The room you go in to sleep every night, you want to be well going in there and closing the door. You don't want to go in there and look side eye like.
Not the side eye, your wife. Not the side eye.
Because see, listen, arguments can change. Attraction, to me, a sincere attraction, a solid attraction will span the days of time, right? But when you, because you're gonna get mad at them, they're gonna do something to hurt you, and they're gonna look unattractive. I don't care how fine they are. When people start hurting you, they look unattractive for a season. Now they still might be cute to somebody in the street, but when they hurt you, you're gonna be like, yeah, well, I forgive you. You're gonna be looking all like an ugly self because they ugly in the spirit, but they fine in the flesh. So yeah, that's a whole other show. But anyway, nonetheless, so that part right there is key. And then you want that moral alignment. You don't want to have a battle in the spirit about morals. That's very important. Don't try to compromise morals in this day and age with people. If they don't align, they won't be fine. Anyway, all right. So you go ahead, Mr. Ford, about you. You help.
I mean, you kind of put everything out there. I mean, thankfully she not on. She don't know what I'm about to say. So yeah,
I think I do, but go ahead.
Whatever, dude.
Right. Go ahead.
I mean, okay. So for me, just some basic stuff, man. Basic stuff. Number one, I think for me was that she needed to be loving, and that's not. I don't take that as an automatic thing.
Yeah.
It was something that I was looking for. Because to be honest with you, when I got divorced and started dating all over again, my whole basis was just to find somebody who would love me like I would love them.
Oh wow.
That was it. It wasn't anything super complicated or super involved. It was a very basic, I want somebody to love them like I would love them. I want somebody who would love me like I would love them. And I did find that. I think one of the other things too that I realized that kind of made me know, okay, this is the one, is the fact that she how can I put this? After you've taken care of everybody else, and you've done everything for everybody else, and you've made sure everything is squared away with everybody else, nobody comes to check on you to see how you doing or to see if you have everything that you need.
Wow.
It was one of the things that really kind of made that really kind of like opened up my heart to her. And that was the fact that she showed genuine care and concern. And I think
that goes a long way.
It does. I think for men, for who we are and what we do, because we take care of everybody else as much as we possibly can. We do for everybody else as much as we possibly can, you want to know that somebody else is going to be in your corner to take care of you.
Wow.
I think that speaks volumes, right? Yeah. I think that speaks volumes because it means this person has a genuine affection for you. This person sees you as valuable. And because they see you as valuable, they want to show you how much they care about you. And that for me, they have a capacity for real genuine care. Not the type of care that, I'm going to do this for you because I know you're going to do this for me.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. What you going to do? What's up? What we trying to do? What we exchanging? What we doing? No, this was concern. This was care and concern that wasn't looking for anything to be given back.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? This was genuine. Hey, I'm concerned about you. Hey, I care about you. Hey, I got this for you. I got that for you. You know what I'm saying? And it makes you feel like you belong to somebody.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's such a feeling of safety and security. And again, I just want to put this out there. For men need to feel safe and secure, just like women need to feel safe and secure. Okay, we get that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're a big grown man. You're gonna make her feel safe and secure automatically. Right. But how many men actually feel safe and secure with the ones that they're with? That's the question that I want to ask. You know what I'm saying? Because when you get into some of these relationships with some of these women, they don't make you feel safe.
It's a scary, I think people downplay there's such a scary existence. When I'm looking back at Bruce's question, I keep looking back at it because in my mind, I have had that same question with him, right? Not necessarily talking to him, but that same question. And I think the reason, and I'm going out on a limb, Bruce, and I'm going to go by what I feel, right? But the reason I feel the guy like Bruce is asking that kind of question, it's not even for the traditional answer that you're thinking. The reason Bruce is probably asking a question like that is at some point, Adam, when you've seen this amazing creation God made called woman, right? When you have seen them in all kinds of seasons, you've seen them as a sweetie pie. You've seen them as, oh, she's an amazing attribute, but you've also seen her as the deceiver. You've seen her as my husband leaving for work in 5 minutes. I'll be right over there. Or my man is gone home. I'm gonna spend night with you because he's gone for the weekend. When you see all of that, you lose something, and it makes you say, because this is the hard truth. We tell ourselves that won't be our woman,
right?
But a woman can be any season she wants to be. She can be your great person today, but she can be that person's trick on Sunday.
Wow.
You gotta look at it like that. And really that all comes down to a woman's choice. Yeah. Like whatever she wants to be, she can be. If she wants to be that good thing, like the song I did, she can be a good thing. But at the same time, she can be a problem. And if she's gonna be a problem to a man, and so when you have guys that have seen all of these things or have participated in a lot of wrongdoings with women, it's hard to kind of to reprogram your mind to believe that good will come from someone that you give yourself to. Because one of the scariest things that can be right at that threshold of a man saying, I want you to be my wife and I do, is, like you just said, am I safe investing me in you?
Yeah.
Because if I surrender this at this altar, I'm surrendering who I am to say, I'm going to just go ahead and leave all the drama behind. I'm just going to choose this woman because I believe in her. But guess what? The woman I believe in, somebody else ghosts. Somebody don't text her back. Somebody, she said, will you call me? Why are you playing with me? I should have not slept with you. And if a man heard that, he'd be like, the woman I want to say that. So it's like, what I'm saying is it's all relative. But my point is, I think and I said this a long time ago, men, and I think women don't even, look, y'all don't give us the credit for this. But when men connect and meet a woman to say that she's his woman, he gives her a new line of credit.
Yeah.
He know she fine or she's great or she's a good woman and she didn't been with this guy or married to this guy over here. But when she becomes our woman, it is clean slate. We look at her as clean slate.
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, this is gonna be me and her. I know she was with him and that didn't work out over there, but me and her gonna build this thing, her and I. And so then that becomes, it's like as simple as we can make the extension of good credit, of a line of credit. Now we are thinking like the lender. What are the risk factors here? What was this person's last payment history and love like? Are they likely to be a repeat offender? Or do we think this is going to be a good faith customer?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So those are the things that go through our mind. And so if you're a man out there and you're listening and you probably never really had those negative interactions, you've never been side piece Keith, or you've never messed with someone that had a man or was engaged or somebody's wife. You don't have those things, like the scripture says, to the pure, all things are pure, right? But if you're not quite that pure, Adam, you think with the left and right eye. So the point is, when you've been there, done that, you do look at the conglomerate of things differently. And when somebody who hasn't had that experience, they're going to say, well, why wouldn't I trust her? She's lovely and great to me. And Bruce and I sit over there, be like, man, come sit down and talk to us. We're going to get you together. You know what I'm saying? But the point, then the person to get mad and say, let me have my own reality until their reality happens. Then they want to come to the couch. But the point I'm just saying, this happens. And it's like, so a man, it's a great thing to get to the point to consider it, to say what this, because for a man to ask that question like Bruce is asking, he's at the threshold. He's standing at the threshold, but what he's wanting is to be convinced. Because when you're grown and you have amassed your own wealth and life and things in your life, it becomes less about I need to do this because I'm 50 years old. It becomes I want to do this, but I want to also be convinced that I need to do it.
Okay.
Not just that I'm just going to do it. Convince me that this is why I need to have you in my life.
Okay,
you understand what I'm saying? That's all.
yeah. So a couple of things came up while you were talking in regards to this, and I just want to help those who are challenged in this particular area. And I understand. I can definitely empathize with those of us men who have been in relationships and we have been hurt by other women, in terms of them betraying us, them not being faithful to us. They're telling us one thing while they're doing something else. I understand that. I haven't necessarily been through that, but I understand that. And I understand after having been through traumatizing situations and relationships like that, it makes you skittish. It makes you gun-shy. It makes you less apt to trust others.
Yeah, a little tainted.
It does. It does. I mean, but that's a human experience, right?
Yeah.
That after somebody has done me wrong, after somebody has betrayed my trust, after somebody has been unfaithful to me, I'm less likely to trust you. I'm less likely to trust, especially people who I don't know.
Yeah.
And so to kind of tie it back into the whole conversation that we're having about being prepared to date, the question that we have to consider at this particular point in time is, have we prepared our risk? Or are we completely risk averse? Because in order to be in a relationship, there is a degree of risk. Now, again, let me go back and say, for those of us who have been hurt, both men and women, for those of us who have been unfaithful and we've been betrayed, okay, we're less likely to trust somebody in a relationship because of those experiences.
Yeah.
Because of those experiences, it colors how we deal with people. It dictates how we navigate and how we move with prospective people that we are dating. But let me just encourage each and every one of you who are listening on today, that if you find that one, that they are worth the risk of your trust. And that's what we're talking about, right? That I'm risking my trust with you, because every relationship is a risk of trust, because I don't know you. When I first met Maria, of course I didn't know her. But it was through the course of time that I began to know her.
Yeah.
And through that consistent behavior that she exemplified before me, that helped me to understand and know that this is somebody who I can trust. This is why you can't close your ears and close your eyes to that person who's talking to you about themselves, because they are revealing who they are. Either they're revealing who they are by what they say, or they're revealing who they are by what they don't say.
That's it.
And it's important that we're paying attention, because our trust is based on our experience with them.
Yeah.
And so we have to be willing to risk the trust in them, that I am trusting you with me. And in my trusting you with me, it's a risk that I'm willing to take.
Yeah.
So this is why you have to ask the question in terms of being ready to date is, am I prepared to risk my trust? Am I prepared to risk myself on somebody who I believe will not betray me?
Wow.
And that's a real question, Bruce. I'm so
That's
glad
a scary thing for a man. For real talk.
It is. It's a real thing, because again, like I said before, when I was talking about the things that I look for in a wife, I want to be able to feel safe and secure with you. That when you go off to work, that you're not going off to a hotel room, that you're not going off to a bar, that you're not going off somewhere else to meet somebody else.
Yeah.
But that when you leave, you're actually going where you say you're going. But because I have an experience with you that has taught me through time that you are you're trustworthy.
Yeah.
And I don't have to worry about where you're going and what you're doing, then I can trust you all the more. Because you make me feel safe and secure. And again, for the men, I know the women, they do that. But for the men, you need to be able to feel as though that your mate is trustworthy. and that you can risk your trust with them. They're not going to betray that trust. They're not going to violate that trust. They're not going to abuse that trust, but they're going to actually stand 10 toes down and be the woman that you believe that they are.
So, and you know, as I'm looking, because it was 2 good points made. Nola says transparency is everything.
Absolutely.
And it comes a point where you have to say to yourself, what am I going to do? What am I willing to do to make my person comfortable?
Yes.
Because a lot of the times now, as long as it's something not dysfunctionally connected to something unhealthy, there's a reasonable amount of things you can and should do to make sure your person feels assured.
Okay.
Right. And not feeling all funny or something crazy like that. You should make sure that they feel comfortable, because that's the thing that everybody is worrying about. But here's the other point I wanted to make. Marlena made a point where she says those scary thoughts and feelings go both ways between men and women. Yeah. So here's the thing. And this is probably the easiest way I can kind of explain it. Let me go back to my dark mode. Okay, go ahead. All right. So I can feel more better. But anyway, so the point is, men are depositors. So let's think of it that way. Men are depositors, and the women are the receivers. So let's look at it this way. When when anybody is depositing anything into the bank, the first thing you start to think about is, what's it going to yield? Is my money safe?
Okay.
Women are the bank. So when when money gets put into them, they go to thinking, what is this going to mean? What can I do to it to make sure it yields the best for me? Right? So the reason men are fearful the way they are, because they're the one giving into you, right? They're giving into you. And so when they give themselves to you, you have the money roll, not just the physical money, but you have them as the money, right? Okay. And so the women, they can feel equally as fearful of being hurt, just like we do. But my sister Kim, what in the world?
Don't stop now.
Okay, go ahead. All right. So anyway, next thing got me distracted.
Right.
Anyway,
distracted.
So here's the thing. Women, I feel as though women shoulder hurt entirely different than men.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
First of all, the cycle of support is entirely different. And then the way she processes it in and out, you ever notice how a woman can get devastated? Like, you talk to a woman or marry somebody and you talk about life in the past, you at least maybe hear them tell you about 4 or 5, 6 heavy heartbreaks. Not 1 or 2. A man might be like, man, Charlene played me back there in 2000, but I never ever put myself out there again.
Right.
See, men are going to be unless he's just an astute lover of love. When you burn men, when men got stories of being burned, it's a few of them, because they probably did more of the burning than they have burned, because they're going to be like, oh, I'm not walking down that street again.
Right.
But women are fearless when it comes to the state of love, because they love love.
Right.
And women are always giving hope to say, you know what, I'm not going to, there's not going to be a relationship that something happens or the relationship is over or near over. The first thing the women is confident in knowing is, that's okay, because there was going to be another man that loves me. Men don't think about that immediately. Do we know women are out there? Of course.
Yeah,
but in our mind, when we are devastated and hurt, we can fake it, put on all the cologne, get our hair cut, and have all the smooth clothes we want. But we are broken.
Yeah.
And it's going to be affected in the way we move. And we don't want to, we are really afraid to trust. Who do we talk to? I can't call Adam. He's going to be like, what's wrong with you? Man up. Just making an example, right?
Right.
It takes a really special relationship for a man to offload his hurt to another man.
Yeah.
Whereas women, they can get on the phone. What's wrong with you? Girl, me, Charlene, Karen, we all coming over there and eat ice cream.
Right.
And they're going to all come over there and talk, cry it out, hug, go to the club right after it, and still get numbers.
Yeah.
We at home bleeding.
By
Got come in the house
Exactly.
ain't cleaned up. We don't want to go to work. It's a whole thing. And that's just the initial part. Then after that is how you go on with life. And it's like you're living life, and your heart is saying you want to love. But if we being honest, you're dead to it. You say you want to love, but you're dead to it because you don't want to. That's one funeral you don't want to continue to visit.
Wow.
When men get broken down to the lowest common denominator, it feels like a funeral. So you don't want to keep on going to your own funeral. So that's why it gets to a point where it's like, look, yes, I want love. Yes, I want to be at the threshold like Bruce was talking about, and you want to go over to the other side. But you want to make sure that you are entrusted into good hands. You don't want to feel like that. Yeah.
No, that's real. And it kind of really ties back to what we were talking about last week. And I'm gonna put it to you like this in regards to the conversation that we're having today, being ready to date. And that is the fact that we don't necessarily do what we should do to take care of ourselves. And what I mean by that is we don't get the healing from the brokenness that we experienced from the previous relationship.
Yeah.
We don't take the time out to get that care, to tend to the wounds and the injuries and the damage that we sustained as a result of that previous relationship. And because we don't take care of ourselves, we limp into new relationships bleeding. We limp into new relationships broken, busted, and just out of sorts. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not prepared. We're not ready. We didn't set the broken bones so that they could heal properly. We didn't suture up the open wounds that are bleeding all over the place. We got lacerations on our head from all of the trauma that we've experienced, but we haven't done what we needed to do in order to make sure that those wounds get healed so that we can start to think properly.
Yeah.
Okay. We just don't do what we should do in terms of taking care of ourselves and getting the healing and the wholeness that is necessary so that we can walk into relationships ready for the next one, ready for the prospect. But because we don't do that, then we end up messing up over people. So we end up perpetuating the same cycle that was done to us. So if we got cheated on, we end up cheating on the one that we're with. Because it was done to us, and we perpetuate the entire cycle.
Bad habits.
What's that saying? Hurt people.
People hurt people. Yeah,
that's exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
And it's all because of the fact that we don't get the healing for the hurt that we've experienced.
Wow.
We got to take care of us.
Man.
Ain't nobody gonna take care of you than you. You need to take care of you. You need to get yourself to the ER, to the urgent care, to your primary care physician, and get healed. Come on,
man. And let me say this. And I'm taking this out of a page out of my own book, but I look at it like this. When you know you have gotten to a place, because there's a distinct difference between jumping out there to call yourself outside ready to date and actually being ready, right? Because I look at it like this. When you are just doing you and out there, you're impulsive. You're not really caring too much about your choice.
Okay.
It's just more about the company, less about the choice. And the being somebody in your company or you hanging out. But when you are ready, you begin to desire differently. You're looking for a deeper connection. You're looking for safety. You're looking for things that you otherwise would have ignored. But you begin to say, I desire this kind of connection. This kind of relationship, and that's your mind and your heart saying, okay, we are all aligned. Now just make sure you are conditioned to when it comes to say to your mark, runners to your mark, right? Be ready to go up there and be in your position. And here's the other part, just like in track and field, when that gun goes off and you are running your race, stay in your lane, because when you step out the lane, you get disqualified. You could
right.
be in front of everybody, but
Right.
if you
And you
step
step out
into
that
the other
lane.
person's
That's
lane,
right.
you're disqualified.
That's right.
Stay in your
Stay in
lane.
your
Stay
lane.
with the choices that work for you, not your friends,
Right.
not love goes to the left or right. The choice for you. Stay in your lane with your person. Too many of us get twisted because we get distracted by the people running next to us in the other lanes. Worry about your own race, right? The things that matter to you. Don't ignore the cues. When the cues and the red flags show up, listen. Don't look at it as a reason or opportunity to convert somebody. If they don't align, they don't align. And when the older you get and you're out here still on the scene, divorced or truly single, it makes it that much harder to meet someone that's going to be amendable to being the things you want them to be. It's either going to naturally come out the box or you need the Lord to really lead you through it. Right?
Yeah.
That's just it. Yeah.
Real talk. Yeah, man. You know, I'm gonna say this one last thing, and it was something that you had said, and I think it really is true, and that is the fact that when I'm hurt, I desire differently. I look for a different thing than when I'm actually whole and healed. You know, and because your hurt and your injury is like it's like informing what you actually want. You know what I'm saying? Because you want differently than when you're actually whole. Because when I'm whole, then I'm going to do a whole person's things. I'm going to do what a healed person does versus what an injured person does. What an injured person does is broken.
Wow.
But what a healed person does is what a whole person wants. And I think we need to be aware of that when we come through situations, relationships that have injured us and traumatized us, that we take a moment, take a pause to get yourself together. Because I guarantee you, what you want when you're hurt is not the same thing what you want when you're healed.
Wow.
Two different things.
Now, really one quick point that we can go. I think I'm only going to touch on it because I think it's a good point.
Okay.
Maybe a little ugly, but it's a good point. Marlena said, consider this. Men rely on their banks to safely deposit money, earn interest, and manage their funds. But after numerous heartbreaks due to fraud, how credible can the bank be? Bing, here's the point. Let's think of it this way. When you are associated with a trusted a bank that has really proven themselves, a large conglomerate, right? When it comes to matters of fraud, what distinguishes the banks is the amount that they're both able to withstand the hit.
Yeah.
Now the bank down on the corner, they're not going to be able to take too many hits. If they get too many fraud before you look, they're going to go out of business.
Right.
Now your big household banks, they got a whole department. They're going to give you your temporary credit until they do their investigations, and they're going to move on. The point I'm making is sometimes the fraudulent part of the man is the relationship. Both sides bear a part in it.
Okay.
There's some fraudulent on her side and fraudulent on here. I'm gonna say this to say it like this. We got to stop ignoring the elephant in the room. Women are some of the most intuitive beings in the world, right? True. But women will ignore what they see and what they already know because of what they want, which makes them complicit, right? But we don't talk about that. I'm not trying to come for it, but if you know something, no, listen, I'm being funny. I'm being funny. I know we can be dirty. I'm just gonna keep it. We can be dirty for sure. But what I'm saying is, if you are complicit in the crime, how many times do we see people go down the bank? The bank you drove, he convinced you to drive the getaway car. So you say, I'm not going there with no gun and hold nobody get the money, but I'm gonna sit out here wait for you. I love you, baby. He go in there. He comes out running, blazing. Y'all pull off, get boxed in. Guess who's going to jail? Both of y'all.
Right.
Not just him, both of y'all. So I'm saying that to say is we have to look at this thing when we are dating and doing these things. Let's not always kind of look at it from one side to the other, because if you are complicit in any way, you're just as guilty. Wow. So if you saw it, didn't do anything about it, didn't address it, didn't stop it, didn't leave, didn't run from it, then you, my dear, are making yourself complicit in it. That's all I'm saying. All right, on 10 minutes.
Ooh, that's all you're saying?
Yeah, on 10 minutes.
You know, they looking for you. You know, they're going to come.
They're going to throw rocks. But no, but seriously, no, that was just, I like to make a good point. That was a good point to make.
Yeah, it was a good point.
She said. So I was only saying that to say, because too many times, and I know, here's the thing. I know women do it usually with the right state of mind.
Okay.
They're thinking, I'm ignoring it because I really like or love this person. And I want more. But it does not excuse the crime of complicit.
Yeah.
The crime, that's a show, the crime of complicit. But the point is, if it's complicit, it's complicit, right? And so it's either you're going to say, I'm not going to take no parts of that. So you can't control what somebody else does, right? If they do the crime, they do the crime, but you don't have to take part in it.
Right.
So you have to make sure in this whole thing, are my hands clean? And when the judge say, yeah, we caught him red-handed, did you know anything about this? And you look all sideways like, well, I did see him that time in the bathroom counting up them bags, all that money. I didn't ask where it came from. He just bought me a bag. See there? Complicit.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you didn't ask, but you know the kind of job he has. Right. So you know there was no way he going to have all these satchels of money in the bathroom unless something probably don't add up.
Okay.
Right? And so I'm just saying that to say, I think going forward in life, we have to learn to take ownership. I think a lot of times in relationships, we are so quick to say it was you, and it wasn't me. It's you. I'm great. You bad. And we're not honest. And the truth be told, it is some wickedness in us. If we're honest and we just choose to maybe hide it, we show it different ways. But when people want to do what they want to do, they do it. Whether in the dark, whether right up under your nose. Do you know, listen, half the relational crimes occur right in plain sight. What do I mean by that? People could say, hey, boo, you coming over here? Let's do a movie night. Person coming over your house to see you doing movie night. Y'all on the couch. And here's the infamous move, Adam. Now, see how me and you are lying side by side on here? The emphasis, the infamous move when it comes to the shady business. Instead of us being side by side, if we're going to pick up our phones, it goes from being side by side to this.
You're going to know that.
The person's still right there. But now we sideways because I don't want you to see my text. One of the most disrespectful things we do today is we will converse and text other people right in your face.
Wow.
Right in your face. We will be like, I'm busy, lying to them. Or look, some of them not even lying with him. I'm with lame-o.
Oh, God.
I'll talk to you tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll connect. We still meet tomorrow, right? Click bye, and then put the phone down and go right back into assuming the position.
Wow.
So disrespectful, but it happens. So that's the disrespect has gone to so many levels, and there's so many ways to do your partner wrong other than you just not cheating. You may think you're not physically cheating, but it's a million ways to tear them down and disrespect them. So nobody has space to throw stones. Everybody needs to clean their own house. Everybody, because everybody is not out here being great, living their best life. They're living a deceptive life.
Wow.
So yeah.
Well,
all right.
I'm glad I'm not in the dating pool. That's all I got to say.
You gotta be thankful. Sometimes we just an argument from being right back over there. Hey Charles, man,
you know what?
I'm be like,
Charles, she about to jump on the plane. Keep on playing with her. She about to jump on the plane.
I'm just saying,
keep on playing with it, dude.
No, man, but for real, I mean, we gotta. But you said it right. We gotta be thankful today because
absolutely.
It can happen to anybody, you know, and your life can change today or tomorrow, and you're in a crazy state. So I say, if anybody is in anything that's working, be thankful that it's working and still existing
every day. I'm thankful every day, every day for sure, no doubt.
All right,
you did a lot of talking today.
Hey, I don't know why I didn't know I had all that today. I was like, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right.
Okay.
Anyway,
right.
we appreciate you guys for tuning in to yet another episode of Unique Perspectives Podcast, where today we talked about ready, the ideal state today. So hang with us, guys. And next week we'll be back with another episode of something new, and we'll keep the ship rolling. Anything, Mr. Ford?
Man, you know how we do. About to roll to the other side. About to go to the B side. Let's go.
All right, y'all. We'll see y'all in a second.
On the B side.
All right. Now,
nice little outro. That was nice.
Yeah. If I have to say anything, Adam, let me just keep it a buck.
Here we go. Yeah.
Being ready is when you can say, I'm honestly prepared to go into this abstinent.
Okay.
Ready means restraint.
Yeah. Okay.
Preparedness to be restrained. If you're not prepared to be restrained, you're probably not ready. I'm not saying that the sexual act doesn't occur and doesn't happen or whatever. But if you can't control it at the outset, it will control you throughout. I have to say that again. If you can't control it at the outset, it will control you throughout.
Wow.
So to me, readiness is restraint.
Okay.
If you can kind of get to a point where I'm not saying you're perfect with it,
right,
but you're not letting it run you, because sex changes the narrative.
It does.
It makes the no's maybe. It makes the tomorrows today. It makes everything change. All of the standards, everything. So that's why I feel as though we have a halfway good chance when we can master restraint. Don't be a prisoner to pleasure.
Wow.
Yeah, you a prisoner to pleasure. You're going to be in everybody's bed, and you're going to have a story to tell about everybody because you can't control yourself.
Right.
So you got to be able to master restraint and not being a prisoner to pleasure.
Okay.
I think if you can start there, you can hold your chest up and your head up and go on your date and see whether or not we align, see whether or not we got commonality, see whether or not our morals connect, and see whether or not we want the same thing. And that has nothing to do with sex or body parts or none of that. It's just seeing what it's what.
Yeah.
We got to get back to the old way of doing it. Not nowadays, dates are Tubi and Finish, Netflix and chill.
Not Tubi.
Prime and Presents. all that. We gotta get out of all of those things. HBO Max and Climax, all those things.
Yeah, I was going to say something, but I'm not going to say it. I was going to say something.
We got to change those things because this is the regular, and in those exchanges, nothing valuable is coming out.
Right.
So, all right. All right, y'all. Well, we should see y'all next time.
Woo, bless his name. I'm so glad I'm saved today. I'm so glad.
I'm telling you. I'm trying to tell you. All right, y'all. All right, Kim and Greg. Holla at y'all. Bye.
Y'all stay warm out there. Peace. Be safe.